Hello. Welcome to Uploading Podcast, the podcast of Sod having a bad mental health day yesterday, meaning this recording is going to be a lot shorter than you're used to. Feel free to comment whether you prefer them longer or shorter. Let us know. So, Silas,
No,
you have
don't
a random
let us
subject?
know.
Let us know.
I don't want them to tell me what I am supposed to produce. They'll end up liking what I don't want to do, and that's annoying.
Yes, but you'd still be part of a successful podcast. You can't. Everything can't always be 100% your one way.
People just like shit. The Emoji Movie made tons of money, but it still sucks.
Yeah, but like everyone uniformly says that sucks. I don't think a podcast can get by with
My mom
everybody
liked
hating
it. My mom liked Emoji Movie. Okay.
Look, I have to say, my mother is a recovering drug addict, and I worry more for yours than mine.
She was like, "Oh, this
movement.
was more interesting than the Sonic film," and I'm like,
well, I say
really?
Movement. You know, the Emoji Movie is the equivalent of a bowel movement, but yeah.
I don't think it's that bad, but okay. Quickly, we don't have much time due to numerous reasons.
Yep.
And yes,
obligations prior to this and bad mental health day moving the recording to today. So my sincerest apologies.
Yeah, so if you've listened to this show a few times, we quickly have to mention this. In the past, we've integrated a trailer for this Dungeons and Dragons story fucking insane podcast. They have 3-hour-long episodes. If our people comment, make short episodes, please, then that trailer integration did nothing for that show because they have 3-hour episodes. But okay, what we are doing now is what in the podcast world are called promo swaps, where you just exchange trailer files and put them in each other's podcast for the sake of growing both shows. Don't be confused by that. We'll have that in this episode and going forward, probably in most episodes, just for the sake of growing the show. It's not paid. It's not like our best mates or anything.
Yeah, it's just mutual exposure, you know?
Yes.
We show off them, they show off us.
And hopefully you'll find and discover some new cool shows. And I think there are actually some, that are nice to listen to coming up eventually. So yeah, maybe don't skip over them, especially if you're in your car going 190 kilometers an hour on the fucking German motorway. Don't reach out for your phone, try and swipe, unlock it, and press the skip button 2 times. Don't do that. It's not worth it. Just listen to it. It's fine. We're immediately going to jump into the topics today because of the already mentioned time constraints.
Yeah. What do I say? I just mentioned the situation is still the same from the last podcast with me. I will have to see this coming Wednesday if it has been sorted out or not, and that is just kind of hanging in the air until then. That's all I have to say. Then, again, promoting both our stuff, all our link trees, do all the good stuff there. You know, all the follow, liking, etc., etc. Okay, we didn't really talk about how we want to divvy this up yet. Oh boy. Let's see.
I like number 3. I have to do number 3.
Then, by all means, take 1, and I shall take 2 and 4.
Okay, so, yeah, let's jump into topic number 1. Driverless cruise robo-taxis stop working simultaneously, blocking San Francisco street. I thought this was funny while I was reading this, but saying it out loud is also funny.
Yeah. Just one more time. Driverless cruise robot taxis stop working simultaneously, blocking San Francisco's street. It's just the whole point of if it's all automated, it will move so much smoother than if it's human drivers, you know? But it's like, nope, they all went down at the same time.
Pretty funny. Literally all of them, apparently.
Yeah.
I bet that's still, human fault, though. indirectly. Let's read the
Yeah,
topic.
but like humans are always going to be in charge of the AI at a certain point in the chain, which then can like have like ripple effects. Anywho,
Yeah, but yeah, let's just see what they say. All right, we have a Verge article.
okay.
A group of driverless cruise robotaxis blocked. That's no okay. That confused me. A group of driverless cruise robotaxis blocked traffic in San Francisco for hours on Tuesday evening after the car stopped working without explanation. Details of the incident were shared on Reddit and illustrate how driverless vehicles are still experiencing teething problems in real-life settings. The first thing I say to my coworker is that they're getting together to murder us, said Redditor Sean Cena in a comment. God damn fucking usernames. It was a pretty surreal event. Humans had to come and manually take the cars away. Crews should get fined to shit for blocking the street off for so long. They even made it so the street sweeper couldn't hit an entire block.
Oh my god.
It just completely blocks off.
Oh Jesus.
Sean C. I just
username.
got it. Sean Cena. You fucking you. That's not funny.
Yeah, it's just a meme.
Yeah, I just
The
noticed
equivalent
that
of
right
the snake
now.
eating its own tail at this point, just constantly circling around itself.
Sean Cena said cruise employees showed up to the incident in 20 minutes, but that took them a long time to actually move the cars. It was a huge debacle, he said. A spokesperson for Cruise acknowledged the incident in a statement given to TechCrunch, but offered no details on why it happened and if the problem could occur again in the future.
Wonderful! We effed up tremendously. We have no idea how we did so. You may have to live through this again.
That's insane how insane problems can happen, and then like companies could be like, well, let's not talk about it at all. Why? Let's continue. Where do
amazing.
I have to read?
Just amazing.
We had an issue earlier this week that caused some of our vehicles to cluster together, said the spokesperson. While it was resolved and no passengers were impacted, we apologize to anyone who was inconvenienced. It's not the first mishap involving cruises driverless tech. Earlier this year, a police officer tried to pull over a cruise robotaxi.
Oh my god!
Apparently, because the car's headlights were turned off at night. Cruise later said the incident was due to human error. Our autonomous vehicle yielded to the police vehicle, then pulled over to the nearest safe location for the traffic stop, as intended, said the company. An officer contacted cruise personnel and no citation was issued. To be fair, I think they use like LiDAR and stuff, so it doesn't specifically need light. I'm sure it also has normal cameras, but god damn it.
Yeah.
Have lights when it's fucking nighttime, man. Humans can't see shit.
Yeah, especially because, like, you know, the humans are reliant on seeing the lights to know that a car is coming a lot of times. Like, even people who can hear normally, but what if you're, like, you know, deaf? And you see, okay, I don't see any lights coming along the road, and it's fairly dark, but, like, no lights means it's safe to cross, and then, bam! You do a flip in the air. Dead.
What's more concerning, though, I think, wouldn't you have it programmed in a way where, like, it does self-checks and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, if this can happen, like, oh, well, one of my senses, which is seeing, doesn't work at all anymore because it's literally just dark. What other shit can you do? Can you just put, like, tape over the cameras or something? And have it still drive around? Oh, no. I think driverless and autonomous cars are an interesting concept, and I think they will get here a lot earlier than people think, because, as you can see, it already exists, like fucking Cruise and Waymo. not Tesla. Fuck Tesla. Their cars can't do shit compared to a Waymo car.
What I will say is, though, I don't know, I don't know how much it's going to replace, like, an actual person driving. I think it will become, like, a standard feature in a lot of cars, but, like, I don't know how many people are going to, like, okay, car, take the wheel, you know? I feel like a good number of people are just going to, like, nah, I got this. I got this.
Yeah, people who want to drive themselves will always exist, I think, but eventually this will become standard.
I'm saying it'll become standard in every car, but, like, people are going to, okay, let's turn the auto drive off and take the wheel manually, you know? It's never going to be that sci-fi future where we see cars without steering wheels in them, was what I'm going to say. You know?
I'm full on for that. I think that is going to happen. That's what fucking aeroplanes are already. Except there's just, like, almost a fake steering wheel, a steering yoke, whatever they call it there.
It's not fake. It still is used by the pilots.
It almost is. Like,
it's like
no shit.
It's that doesn't have one, but it's like, oh wait, no, it does actually still have one. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. It's called object permanence.
What? That's not just because
they close the door doesn't mean it disappears.
No, just because it's there doesn't mean that they actually use it. From what I know, which is probably bullshit, but most stuff that pilots do nowadays is just monitoring what's actually happening with the autopilot and then not doing a whole lot else. Maybe that's half true or kind of true, but yeah.
I mean, regardless, like, flights can take multiple hours, so, like, as long as the autopilot is reasonably safe and is, like, they are able to respond quickly in the case of an emergency, and, like, one's only taking a nap while the other's making sure the autopilot doesn't mess up, and then when things start going bad, they both, like, snap into action, then sure, fine. But it's like, I don't think we're going to get to the stage where we ever, like, fully replace them, if for no other reason than just for the sake of having a redundancy.
Why not, though? Because so many other things are automated already.
It's all about, like, risk, you know? Like,
yeah, like 95% of crashes happen because a human fucked up.
Well,
that's a gigantic fucking risk.
I wonder if the fact that humans, are primarily the drivers, might have an impact on that statistic, and if we were to suddenly switch to, like, autonomous drivers, we still wouldn't see that level of, like, crashes that we're accustomed to, if not more. Like, yeah, no human's perfect. When you scale it up to, like, millions of people, of course there are going to be incidents and F-ups, but, like, I think that's going to be the same case for, like, artificial intelligence handling the wheel of a car, you know? There's going to be
I agree with
massively.
That.
There's still going to be a similar level of incidents in a given year.
I have what I think is a gigantic counterpoint to that, though, which is, how old does a human get? What, like 74 years or something in the US, the average?
Yeah,
something like 80, 90 years.
The average
I looked it up.
is 68. So.
No, I looked it up. It's, I think, 70 something. After the editing of the last episode. And you were wrong. Average life expectancy USA. Yeah, it's actually 78.79 years in 2019.
In 2019, yeah, it went down recently. Like, within the last couple of years because of the pandemic.
Okay, 2021, it was 76. Oh no. Barely it went down. So, at best, when you get a driver's license, I don't know, I don't care. Let's just say you get it at 18.
I mean, yeah, there should be multiple checks throughout the course of your life, not just the one and done.
You can have,
a certain
like,
age, it should be, like,
60,
recognized
70
that, like,
years of, like, driving experience as a human. And that's not even true because you drive, like, 10 minutes a day.
Yeah. Anyhow, should have regular checks, and also, like, for Alzheimer's and the like, natural deterioration of the human body. At a certain point, your license should just be revoked. But, like, yeah. Yeah, I don't agree with that fully, but like I don't think like in AI is going to be like inherently superiorly better than your average human driver. Not without like massive iterations, and even then, scaled up.
But massive iterations are happening though, and also you can train an AI 24/7, and you can train an AI faster than real time. You can't. A human can't drive 10 hours in 1 hour, but you can do that with an AI because it's a computer program. You can just train it quicker and continuously, and with more different data than you can do with a human. Humans are inherently limited to like how slow our brains are and how shit our body is because you die so early and you get exhausted
Uh,
and stuff. And also the problem is an AI is not going to get tired or angry. And I think a lot of incidents happen because people fucking drive while they're sleepy or fucking drunk AF or whatever, angry
yeah,
at their neighbor, and they fucking ram the post box or something. Dumb shit is what humans do. And an AI designed specifically for driving is not going to do that if it's not trained with wrong data, that is a problem.
I mean, but it's
But
on the same hand,
really.
like a human is not going to crash a car because a light beam is shining off of a truck, you know, and messing with its onboard sensor, you know. I'm just saying there's pros and cons to both sides, and we don't really have any more time to go into this, so.
It's coming. It's coming. I don't think people are going to drive in like maybe 15 years. Where's the document? Where has it gone? There it is. Okay.
Topic number 2.
Yes.
As SpaceX and Starlink customers have asked Starlink customers for support in wireless battle with Dish. SpaceX has emailed Starlink customers today asking for help in the battle against Dish network over radio frequencies for its Starlink Internet from Space effort. Some Starlink's customers received an email urging them to contact the Federal Communications Commission and members of Congress in order to support SpaceX in the ongoing dispute. Today we ask you for support in ending a lobbying campaign that threatens to make Starlink unusable for you and the vast majority of our American customers. The email reads in bold. Currently, SpaceX and Dish are squabbling over the range of radio frequencies known as the 12 gigahertz band. SpaceX uses the frequency to operate its massive Starlink network, a growing constellation of more than 2,400 satellites. God, space debris. Use the beam on. What was that? No time. Use to beam broadband internet coverage to users on Earth. It also a frequency used by OneWeb, another internet from space initiative. However, in January of last year, the FCC opened the door to the 12 gigahertz band being used for 5G, with Dish and a company called RS Access submitting studies on why the network could utilize the frequencies. The company also formed a 5G for 12 gigahertz coalition, along with another company member aimed at getting the FCC to change the rules and allow 12 gigahertz band to be used with 5G. Now SpaceX is launching back at Dish and those studies. In a filing with the FCC last week, SpaceX said it uses the 12 gigahertz band as a workhorse frequency to provide critical network services across the U.S. If the spectrum were to be open to 5G, SpaceX claims customers could experience delta outage over 74% of the time. SpaceX shared these statistics in its email to Starlink users, as well as a link to study. A link to a study it commissioned. Sure, yeah, sure. That's 100% on board. Yeah, maybe how about the FCC? Commissions a study? You know, an impartial study not backed by either company that stands to benefit. I'm just saying. I imagine the results are going to be wildly different. Anyhow, that says it proves how sharing the 12 gigahertz band would harm Starlink services. I mean, yeah, fuck Elon Musk.
I think this is funny because what is this? Just like two big companies like having like a fucking bitch fight or something, and now SpaceX is like, "Oh, guys, help us, please."
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
It's really pathetic, especially because like it's trying to just like hoard a resource onto itself. You know, a specific frequency range.
Stupid.
It's like, yeah,
This is like when, I don't know, when Fallout 76 comes out and it's shit, and everybody goes and and gives shit reviews for Fallout 3 and stuff for other Bethesda games, except that this is specifically from the company to
I
piss
don't even know if that was
at
like a
Dish.
major thing. Like, I think it was just like mostly downvoting that and maybe strategically upvoting other games in order to get it to the lowest slot. But
Yeah, and they're asking to downvote Dish at the FCC and upvote Starlink. Oh my god, when your company has that shit planning, then you have to send out like, oh, please advocate for us in front of the FCC.
yeah,
God
that is
damn it.
bad.
Why?
That is really bad. Yeah, I said it earlier. F. Elon Musk. Dumb little bitch.
He has
Diamond
some
millionaire.
cool ideas, but a lot of them are really stupid. And he has
And even
no
the cool
clue how
ones,
to
it's like-
execute them.
Yeah, the cool ones, it's
Absolutely
like, okay,
not.
let's run the mouth off here, have promises I couldn't possibly hope to keep, and let the tech boys figure it out. And the tech boys are like, the stock market crash, Black Friday or whatever it was. I can't remember the specific one. In like 1960s, people opening up the windows. Like, they have no idea how to deliver on a lot of this stuff, but it's been promised. And if they can't, and a bunch of other bad stuff I mentioned previously, so yay. We're gonna be right back. Sit tight.
Hey there, podcast listeners. This is Ben,
And this is Alex.
and we have a podcast called That Gaming Podcast, where we share our opinions about the PlayStation and Nintendo games we're playing right now.
That's right. We know your time is limited, so we keep our episodes short at around 30 minutes. That way, you get all the facts you need in the time you have.
So find That Gaming Podcast on your favorite podcast player.
Hello, this is Lafayette.
And I'm Carlos.
From Nerds Talking the Podcast.
That's right.
Where we talk about everything from UFOs,
Yep.
comic books,
I like that.
movies,
Uh-huh.
streaming services, conspiracy theories, ghosts, video games, and more.
Kick ass.
All on Nerds Talking the Podcast.
You can find us every Friday with new episodes on all digital platforms where you find your favorite podcast, Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Now back to the show.
Yeah, moving
Anyhow,
on to put
yeah,
topic 3.
Topic number 3.
Yes.
Of 3.
This is probably my favorite topic on today's show. Topic number 3. Sidestep Windows 11's Microsoft account requirement with Rufus Beta. Quick back information. There's this little tool, software tool called Rufus, like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that was funny to me. And that's basically a tool that you can use to create little bootable USB sticks. So if you want to make a new Windows or Linux installation or something, you'll use Rufus for that. There's others too, but Rufus is a common one. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and now let's read the Tom's Hardware article. Rufus 3.19 beta was shared by the development team on GitHub this past weekend. A popular open source tool. I really can't talk today, I believe. For admins and tweakers. Rufus is self-described as a utility that helps format and create bootable USB flash drives, such as USB keys and pen drives, memory sticks, etc. It does its stuff for both Windows and Linux users. See, they already explained it. I didn't even need to. I copied this in here yesterday. I don't fucking remember shit. In the release notes for Rufus 1.3. It says 3.19. Okay. The release notes for Rufus 3.19 beta, you can see that it allows a user to bypass the mandatory requirement for a Microsoft account with Windows 11 22H2. You must select an appropriate disk image in the Rufus UI to get access to the Windows 11 install options listed above and below. Other niceties of Rufus that are handy if you are considering building a custom Windows 11 boot image are options to implement a secure boot and TPM bypass. That's just stupid. Garbage Microsoft requirements. Locking out old PCs. Ignore minimum RAM and storage requirements. Check an option to skip all collections questions, which sets all answers to don't allow or refuse. That's amazing. The amount of shit that Microsoft asks you to like just submit to their overlords is insane. And an option for setting internal drives offline with Windows to go. I have no idea what that means, but I left it in anyways.
I think you should probably leave things in, even if you don't fully understand. I feel it's important not just to put the things you know in there, because that could...
Yeah.
Because you could leave out something very important because you don't get it yourself.
So if you know what setting internal drives offline with Windows to go, what that means, send an email on uploadingpod@gmail.com, please. It seems like for those looking to streamline Windows 11 installs while subverting many of its setup annoyances, the tool strives to live up to its most excellent namesake. Yeah, it's a custom PC maker's best friend, I guess. Like a dog. That's a cool tool. It's great, and especially if it's getting these new amazing tools now, that's really good. Oh,
yeah, and like I hear a lot of people very upset about like Windows 11. So like, if this improves people's user experience, I'm all for it.
I mean, the installation, yeah. There's so much dumb shit. I made a whole video about it. It's really dumb. It took like.
Where can you find that video?
Minutes. Yeah, you can find it on Silas on Linux. The channel's that's growing
Linux.
on Linux.
Bully Silas into changing that name.
You can't change it. It doesn't work with the SOL joke.
But it works as
a SOL,
joke.
by the way, the channel. It's grown from, I think, 100 to 127 subs, and I didn't even upload a video in 3 weeks.
Well, I mean, the timeless videos,
really
you know.
Well. Yeah, 3.1
it's not just a
thousand
meme
views,
trend.
2.8 thousand views. Good job.
Yeah, I recently got to 138 on Sod Passion, 131, my bad, on Sod Passion Gaming.
Not even doing anything, though. I'm not even doing anything, then. That's the thing that's perplexing me. But I guess I've learned at this point that you have to make videos that YouTube will just suggest to people, and then they'll click on it, and that's a good thing to learn.
Your videos do tend to have like longevity. You know, they're covering like pretty important stuff. Like other than the background image one, it's like they're all pretty timeless. You know.
Oh, the screensaver one, I think you mean.
Yeah, there we
But that one was funny too.
Oh, it was funny, and it got a good immediate burst, but I don't know how long that one's going to have links for.
Keep on growing, not really.
Yeah. Anyhow, on to topic number 4.
That's so big. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I don't mind reading it. Meta shutting down its digital wallet Navi. Oh, I wonder, the one that nobody else would back, and then people started rapidly, I should say, pulling out of it? No, don't say. Who could foresee this coming? I certainly didn't, and I'm also not stalling for time to make sure I can check something on Discord real quick. Anywho. Meta's ending the pilot for Navi, the company's digital wallet, and the last remaining piece of its troubled cryptocurrency project. As first reported by Bloomberg on... Oh no, this is something else. Oh, is that still part of the currency? Oh well. As first reported by Bloomberg, on Navi's website, Meta says that the wallet is shutting down on September 1st, 2022, and asks users to withdraw their funds as soon as possible. Users will lose access to their accounts come September and will no longer be able to add money to Navi starting July 21st. If someone forgets to withdraw the remaining balance, Meta says it will attempt to transfer their funds to their bank account or debit card added to the service. Meta rolled out their small pilot of Navi to users in the US and Guatemala. Odd, okay.
Really weird choices, I think.
Yeah. But I think like everyone in Europe has stronger like data protection laws, so maybe it's just like, okay, where can we legally get away with this? The US and Guatemala? Okay.
The same level of freedom.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Navi was originally built to support fast and free transaction using the Meta-backed cryptocurrency DAM. But regulatory challenges forced the company to partner with Coinbase, there we are, to use Paxos stablecoin USDP instead. While Meta made it clear that it was still planned on adding support for DM at a later date, things started to fall apart more than they already were at the end of 2021 and into 2022. The end of DM doesn't mean that Meta is ditching the idea of developing its own assets and accompanying wallet, though. Yeah, that was a bit odd of me, sorry. Meta spokesperson Lauren Dixon.
Oh my God.
What a last name. Okay. Said in an emailed statement to The Verge that Meta will utilize the technology developed in conjunction with the project on new products such as digital collectibles. Wonderful. I was looking forward towards building the metaverse. Oh, the new project that's currently founding. Yay. I'm sure that will have a better future. We won't be reading a similar story about the metaverse in 2024. Oh, the gift of prophecy. And now, Meta has already started testing NFTs, non-fungible tokens, on Instagram and recently rolled out support for NFTs on Facebook for select creators based in the US. Yes, NFTs, the things that are famously doing well right now and haven't had a market collapse. Of all the times to get into it, it's like, what's it, Radio Shack tried to become an NFT marketplace just as the market collapses. Oh.
I mean, you don't know what NFTs they are doing, though. If they're doing shitty, like, fake value art stuff, or if it's just how they store data on the metaverse.
That's the only way people are using NFTs.
I have faith that eventually the NFTs will be used faithfully and correctly in like 10 years.
And your faith will turn against you and hurt you. The company is also reportedly working on digital currencies called... God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it,
great
humanity.
Reaction. Amazing reaction.
Humanity, why? Why do we persist in doing this? Working on a digital currency called Zuckbucks. That's not based on the blockchain. What is whatever. Last month, Meta's CEO...
In-game currency for using Facebook.
Yep. Last month, Meta CEO, I should correct, Facebook CEO, you can't just change the name of your, parent company to get away from the shady shit you did. Fuck you, Mark. Yes. Fuck you in the worst possible way that gives you as little pleasure as possible. You little prick.
Shove the fucking Zuckbox in your ass, man.
Mark Zuckerberg also hinted at creating a digital wallet that could help you manage and store digital clothing, art, videos, music, experiences, virtual events, and more. What was that about not being the, art stuff that you mentioned previously?
Well, no, but this doesn't have to be based on bidding and shit. The problem now is that they sell virtual art for like $10 million. If I can just buy normal digital clothing in fucking Roblox and get an NFT for it, nobody would know the difference. It doesn't matter.
The problem is, are they going to create artificial scarcity for it? That's the real kicker.
No, I don't think that's
It's
the problem. That already exists on games and stuff.
Probably it's like, okay, here's the thing, you can buy it, here's the price, but it's like, there's only going to be X amount of this digital item. That's a problem, because you could have infinity of a digital item, but if you restrict it like 3,500, you're creating artificial scarcity and artificially raising the demand and the price for the object. Not exactly a good thing.
That in itself, I don't think is a bad thing, though. Only if it's abused, which it probably will be if it's made by Facebook.
It's an abusive practice. Technically, you could do it in a non-helpful way, but yeah, it's fundamentally
if
abusive
anyone,
practice that more likely than not leads to harm.
If I want anyone to build like a highly integrated metaverse thing with like blockchain stuff and NFT things, I don't want it to be fucking Mark Zuckerberg. And
there's no time for you to simp for your tech bro future, Silas. I have to rush through this. It's 5 minutes to 11. I got D&D, man. D&D.
Did you read all of it yet? I don't even know.
Yeah, we ended up on the what's it? Okay, there we are. The wallet could be into what's it? What now? Interoperable across different metaverse experiences, reflecting the goals of the metaverse standards form that, Jesus Christ, Meta and a group of other companies helped form, which calls for industry-wide standards across virtual reality and augmented reality experiences. Delightful. Oh,
that's a cool idea for me. When I buy a hat in Facebook and I can use that in Roblox and in Microsoft's metaverse, I think that's fucking awesome.
Problem is, it has very limited functionality, and you have to get in on these like metaverses like Roblox or Minecraft in order to make it usable. And even then, it's like, unless it's based on like the same kind of hardware and coding, if it's all like in Unreal Engine 5 or whatever, then it's gonna be hard to transition. Like having an NFT that says, okay, you get this item that can be copy and pasted in multiple games, but then it's like, a new asset has to be created for Minecraft, anything else with like a vastly different artistic style. Like it's practical limits come into display right there. It's a cool idea
itself is amazing.
Yeah, it's a cool idea, but until we get to a point where you have such like amazingly advanced artificial intelligence and like hardware capabilities that can just auto-generate things along a certain parameter with the presence of an NFT, like, it's just unfeasible, practically. Just the amount of work to make this happen across multiple games, and then to find any kind of use for it in, like, non-metaverses.
For the record, I also don't think that this way of metaverses with, like, interoperability and NFTs and crypto and stuff, I don't think that's actually going to happen because of that specific thing. And also, all the companies working on this are fucking assholes, so yeah.
Yeah.
They say they want to do this, but I don't really think they want to.
The only people really wanting to do this are fucking people looking to get rich off of this, Like, no one who's doing their own independent creative things wants to be doing, like, je ne sais quoi, a metaverse. And, like, a lot of things want to do focused single-player games, but, like, EA says, this is going into the whole thing. EA recently did a tweet saying she's basically she's a 10, but that's the whole meme format. You say, oh my god, this person's amazing, but here's a flaw. And then they said, but she only plays single-player games, and got roasted heavily. People love and want to play those single-player games, and in that world, like, there's only so much you can get from multiplayer games, and then to the next logical extent, metaverses. But those companies want infinite money, infinite resources out of this thing, but they cannot acquire it. At a certain point, they will stop seeing infinite growth and cap out somewhere, or even start to drop a bit. And then they'll burn it all to the ground to look for the next source of infinite growth. It's a pattern we've seen multiple times within the past decade, if not longer.
Send us an email at uploadingpod@gmail.com.
Indeed.
And also follow the Twitter and Instagram. We have to get out of this rather correctly. Nope.
Yeah.
No. Oh, wait. I have. Where is it? Where's the tab? Sod, I have to tell you something. Ireland. No, fuck. Where's the page? This website sucks. At some point, we were ranked as top number 71 technology podcast in Ireland. Number 71 Sod in Ireland. Tech podcast.
Where are we now?
I don't know. That's not how this site works. It only sends you a notification if you're in the top 100 in any category of any country. That is really
So we're
confusing.
not in the top 100. Yeah, okay.
Wait, it changes like every day, and at some point we were 71.
Oh, only when we enter it. Where we are now is up in the air.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
It's a random site. I haven't figured out how to use it. It was a fun fact.
Hate to pardon Dash with only like a 40-minute-ish episode, but I got D&D to get to. Hopefully we record on Friday next week. Hopefully. But do let us know if you prefer these more brisker-paced episodes, or if you want somewhere in the middle where it's not like the full hour and a half, but not like these 40-minute episodes either. You know, let us know what you guys enjoy.
Do you prefer rambling stuff or only topics? Or both? Yeah, that would actually be good to know.
I mean, I do like a little rambling topics myself. Like, I do find it very fulfilling.
Well,
it's
maybe
just like,
we should do the fucking
I
rambling only podcast, like what I've been saying.
I'm just saying, like, at the beginning, it's like, I have, like, one thing to go into, and you're bringing in, like 3 or 4, you know? It's
yeah, I like to talk about random shit. That's why I think we should have a separate podcast for it.
I know, separate podcast, but I want a little something in this one, but it's like, just the one topic, and with the exception of emergencies and
That's
like.
why I need another valve to let out steam. Follow the link trees, subscribe please for
do all the good
better
stuff.
shows in the future again.
Subscribe to all our channels, all our Twitters, etc. What else? Do all the good stuff. Join our Discords and what's our Reddits. Do you have a Reddit for this or your own stuff? I don't know. And shorts on my YouTube channel, Sarcasm Gaming. All the good stuff. Thank you very much. Hopefully soon I could get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and then get some amount of monetization.
And then deal with more tax shit.
But it's better than not having any money. Like,
yeah, sure, but that's annoying. Goodbye.
anyhow,
Let's get out of here.
Auf Wiedersehen. Until we meet again. Bye-bye.
What is this? ADHD special today? Fuck.
Foot pics.
What the hell?
I just wanted to throw something random in at the end.